You know what nobody talks about? How a bike feels in a parking lot matters way more than how it feels at 80 miles per hour. Today, we're counting down 12 motorcycles that feel way lighter than they actually are. And stick around because number 1 weighs over 500 pounds but handles like a 350-pound dirt bike. These are the bikes that make you look like a hero instead of struggling in front of your buddies. Let's start with a Suzuki SV650. The SV650 tips the scales at 432 pounds wet, which on paper sounds reasonable but not exactly light. But here's the magic. It feels like it weighs maybe 350 pounds when you're actually riding it. The reason? That V-twin engine sits incredibly low in the frame. Suzuki positioned the entire power plant as low as possible, which drops the center of gravity way down. When the weight is low, the bike feels planted but not heavy. You can flick it around in parking lots like it's nothing. The seat height is just 30.9 inches, which means most riders can get both feet flat on the ground. And it's not just the height. The seat is narrow, where your legs come down. You're not doing splits trying to reach the pavement. This builds massive confidence at stops and in slow-speed maneuvers. Quick one. What's the one thing you need for long rides? Wind protection, a big seat, or low vibration? Let us know in the comments. The turning radius is tight. You can make U-turns in a standard 2-lane road without thinking twice. The bike doesn't feel long or unwieldy. The steering geometry is neutral, not too quick, but not too slow. It's just right for confident low-speed riding. The clutch is light and the gearbox is smooth. You're not wrestling with a heavy clutch pull that makes your hand cramp in stop-and-go traffic. Shifting is precise and easy. Everything mechanical about the SV650 is rider-friendly. This bike suits returning riders perfectly. Maybe you rode 20 years ago and you're getting back into it. The SV650 won't intimidate you. It's forgiving, manageable, and builds confidence. It's also great for riders with knee issues because that low seat height means less leg lift when mounting and dismounting. Used prices run $3,500 to $5,500 for 2003 to 2016 models. The newer fuel-injected bikes from 2017 to present run $5,500 to $7,500 used, around $8,000 new. Target the newer models with ABS if possible. Reality check. If you drop it, it's not terrible to pick up. The weight is centered. The bars don't dig into the ground too far, and the bike isn't so heavy that you need help. You can muscle it back upright on your own if needed. The SV650 proves that smart engineering beats raw lightness. It's a bike that makes you feel capable, and that's worth more than actual weight savings. And if you think the SV650 feels light, wait until you experience a number 8, it'll blow your mind. At number 11, we have the Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Vulcan S weighs 498 pounds wet, which is solidly mid-weight cruiser territory. But this bike feels like it weighs 100 pounds less when you're navigating a parking lot or making a tight turn. The secret is the low center of gravity combined with a narrow chassis. Kawasaki used the same basic engine and frame architecture as the Ninja 650, but they oriented everything for cruiser ergonomics. That parallel twin engine sits low and forward, concentrating mass near the bike's center. The seat height is just 27.8 inches, which is incredibly low. We're talking tippy-toes territory for even shorter riders. Both feet plant firmly on the ground, giving you complete confidence at stops. The seat itself is narrow, maybe 10 inches wide where you need to reach the ground. You're not straddling a wide fuel tank. Here's where the Vulcan S gets interesting. Kawasaki offered an ErgoFit system with adjustable reach. You can customize the handlebar position, seat position, and foot control position to fit your body. This means you can dial in the perfect riding position, which makes the bike feel like it was built specifically for you. The turning radius is excellent for a cruiser. You can navigate parking lots without doing the awkward 3-point turn shuffle. Low-speed behavior is stable but not twitchy. The bike tracks straight when you want it to, turns easily when you need it to. The clutch is light and progressive. No heavy pull that makes your hand ache. The 6-speed gearbox is smooth and easy to find neutral. Everything mechanical is designed for real-world usability. This bike is perfect for returning riders over 45 who maybe have some knee stiffness or back issues. That low seat height means easy mounting and dismounting. The upright riding position is comfortable. The manageable weight means you're not wrestling with the bike. If this list is already saving you money, hit like so we know to make Part 2. Used prices run $5,000 to $7,000 for 2015 to 2020 models. New Vulcan S bikes run around $7,500 to $8,500, depending on trim. The SE and Cafe variants offer upgraded suspension and styling. Target bikes with the 𝐏𝐄𝐑 system already installed. Reality check. If this bike goes down, it's manageable to pick up. At 498 pounds, it's not light, but the weight distribution and narrow profile mean you can get it upright without too much struggle. You might be sore, but you won't need 3 friends to help. The Vulcan S is proof that cruisers don't have to feel like boats. It's nimble where it counts, and that's in the real-world situations you encounter every ride. Number 10 brings us the Honda NC 750X. The NC 750X weighs 485 pounds wet, but I'm telling you, it feels like maybe 400 pounds max when you're actually maneuvering it. This is one of those bikes where the numbers lie. Honda did something clever with the engine design. They tilted the 750 cubic centimeters parallel twin forward by 62 degrees, which allowed them to position it incredibly low in the frame. The result is a center of gravity that's almost at pavement level. When you're at a stop, the bike feels planted and stable without feeling heavy. The seat height is 32.7 inches, which is accessible for most riders. But here's the key. The seat is narrow where your legs come down, and it's shaped so you can slide forward at stops to get both feet down easily. Honda thought about real riders in real situations. The turning radius is surprisingly tight for an adventure-styled bike. You can make U-turns without drama. Low-speed handling is stable and predictable. The bike doesn't feel top-heavy or tippy despite having some height to it. Here's where the NC 750X gets really interesting. It's available with Honda's DCT automatic transmission. No clutch, no shifting. For riders over 45 dealing with arthritis in their hands or who just want a simpler riding experience, this is a game changer. The DCT shifts smoothly and you can focus entirely on riding instead of clutch and shift timing. The manual version has a light clutch and smooth gearbox. Either way, the mechanical operation is easy and rider-friendly. This bike suits returning riders perfectly, especially those worried about dropping a bike or struggling with weight. The NC 750X builds confidence. It's also great for riders with knee or hip issues because the seat height and width allow easy mounting and dismounting. Used prices run $5,000 to $7,500 for 2014 to 2020 models. The DCT versions command a premium but are worth it for many riders. New NC 750X bikes run $8,500 to $10,000, depending on transmission choice. Target the DCT models if you want the ultimate in easy riding. Reality check. If you drop it, the NC 750X is manageable to pick up. The low center of gravity means it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. The crash bars, if installed, prevent the bike from going fully flat. You can recover from a drop without needing assistance. The NC 750X proves that adventure bikes don't have to be intimidating. This is a practical, easy-to-ride motorcycle that happens to look cool too. And speaking of looking cool while being easy to ride, number 5 is a bike that'll surprise you. At number 9, the Yamaha FZ07, now called the MT-07. The FZ07 weighs 403 pounds wet, which is light by modern standards. But here's what's impressive. It feels even lighter than those numbers suggest. This bike feels like maybe 320 pounds in motion. That 689 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine sits compactly in a minimalist, tubular steel frame. Everything is centralized. There's no extra bulk, no unnecessary components adding weight to the extremities. The fuel tank sits low and centered. The result is a bike that rotates around its center point with minimal effort. The seat height is 31.7 inches, which is accessible for most riders. The seat is narrow, allowing easy ground reach. You can confidently plant both feet at stops without stretching or tiptoeing. The seat width where your legs grip is slim, making the bike feel smaller than it is. The turning radius is exceptional. You can make parking lot U-turns with ease. Low-speed behavior is neutral and predictable. The bike doesn't feel nervous or twitchy, but it's not sluggish either. It responds to your inputs immediately. The clutch is light and the cable-operated system provides good feel. The 6-speed gearbox is precise. Finding neutral is easy. Everything about the mechanical operation is straightforward and user-friendly. This bike is perfect for riders getting back into motorcycling after years away. It's not intimidating, but it's got enough power to be exciting. It's also great for riders who want something manageable but don't want to sacrifice performance. And for those dealing with minor knee issues, the moderate seat height makes mounting and dismounting painless. Used prices run $4,500 to $6,500 for 2015 to 2020 models. The newer MT-07 bikes from 2021 to present with updated styling run $6,000 to $8,000 used, around $8,500 new. Target bikes with ABS for maximum safety. Reality check. If you drop an FZ07, it's one of the easier bikes to pick up. At 403 pounds, with centralized weight, you can get it upright without too much drama. The narrow profile means it doesn't go completely flat on its side. The FZ07 is a rider's bike through and through. It prioritizes fun and usability over flashy features. And that low weight feeling makes it perfect for riders who want confidence at every speed. Number 8 is the Ducati Scrambler Icon. Now, Ducati and light feeling might not seem like natural partners, but hear me out. The Scrambler Icon weighs 410 pounds wet, and it feels like a 300-pound dirt bike when you're navigating tight spaces. That 803 CCL twin engine sits low in a minimalist trellis frame. Ducati kept everything simple and centralized. The fuel tank is small and positioned low. The result is a center of gravity that's impressively low for a bike with this much character. The seat height is 31.1 inch, which is accessible for most riders. But here's what makes it special. The seat is narrow, maybe 9 inches wide where you need to touch the ground. Your legs drop straight down to the pavement. You get confident foot placement at every stop. The turning radius is excellent. This bike was designed to feel like a dirt bike that you can legally ride on the street. You can whip U-turns with ease. Low-speed handling is light and responsive without being nervous. The bike goes exactly where you look. The clutch is hydraulic and light. The 6-speed gearbox is smooth and precise. Everything about the Scrambler's controls feels quality and easy to operate. There's no heavy clutch pull or notch-eye shifting to fight. This bike suits riders who want character and style, but don't want to wrestle with weight. It's perfect for urban riding, weekend back road trips, and looking cool at the coffee shop. For riders over 45, the upright riding position is comfortable, and the manageable weight builds confidence. Used prices run $6,000 to $8,500 for 2015 to 2020 models. New Scrambler Icons run around $10,000 to $11,500. The various color schemes and special editions command slight premiums. Target bikes with maintenance records, as Ducati service can be pricey. Reality check. If you drop a Scrambler, it's relatively easy to pick up. The lightweight, narrow profile, and low center of gravity work in your favor. You won't enjoy it, but you can handle it solo. The Ducati Scrambler Icon proves that Italian bikes don't have to be intimidating. This is accessible, fun motorcycling with style. And speaking of style meeting substance, don't go anywhere because we need to talk about subscribing. Real quick, we want to hear from you. What's your biggest concern about motorcycle weight? Are you worried about dropping it in your driveway? Nervous about parking lot maneuvers? Or maybe you've already struggled with a heavy bike? Drop a comment and share your experience. Want more budget that feels premium list? Subscribe and we'll keep these coming. Lucky number 7 is the BMW G310GS. The G310GS weighs 374 pounds wet, which is genuinely light by modern standards. But what makes this bike special isn't just the actual weight, it's how BMW distributed that weight to make the bike feel even lighter. That 313 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine sits low and forward in the frame. BMW positioned the engine backward, with the cylinder tilted toward the rear of the bike. This unconventional layout allows for a lower center of gravity and better weight distribution. The result is a bike that feels incredibly light and nimble. The seat height is adjustable between 31.9 and 32.7 inches, which is accessible for most riders. The seat is narrow, maybe 8 inches where you need to reach the ground. Even shorter riders can get confident footing. The seat width where you grip with your legs is slim, making the bike feel small and manageable. The turning radius is tight, as you'd expect from a lightweight adventure bike. You can navigate parking lots with ease. Low-speed behavior is stable and confidence-inspiring. The tall riding position gives you great visibility and control. The clutch is light and the gearbox is smooth. Everything mechanical is easy to operate. BMW designed this bike to be accessible to newer riders and returning riders alike. This bike is perfect for riders over 45 who want adventure bike styling without the intimidating weight of a GS 1250. It's also great for riders who are downsizing from bigger bikes. And for those with knee or hip issues, the narrow seat and moderate height make mounting and dismounting easy. Used prices run $3,500 to $5,000 for 2017 to 2020 models. New G310 GS bikes run around $6,000 to $6,500. Target bikes with good service records and minimal modifications. Reality check. If you drop a G310 GS, it's one of the easiest bikes to pick up. At 374 pounds, with protective crash bars, you can get it upright without much struggle. The narrow profile and lightweight work massively in your favor. The G310 GS proves that BMW makes bikes for real riders, not just for posers. This is accessible adventure riding that doesn't require you to be a gym rat. Number 6 is the Honda CB500X. The CB500X weighs 430 pounds wet, which sounds moderate, but this bike feels significantly lighter in motion, especially during low-speed maneuvers and parking lot navigation. Honda used a parallel twin engine that sits low and forward in a steel frame. The 471 cubic centimeters engine is compact and the frame is minimalist. Everything is designed to keep weight low and centralized. The fuel tank sits low in the frame, not high up like some adventure bikes. This drops the center of gravity significantly. The seat height is 32.7 inches, which is accessible for most riders. But here's the key. The seat narrows dramatically where your legs come down. You can slide forward at stops and easily plant both feet flat. The seat width where you grip is comfortable without being wide. Confidence at stops is excellent. The turning radius is impressive for an adventure-style bike. You can make U-turns in tight spaces without drama. Low-speed handling is neutral and predictable. The bike doesn't feel tall or tippy despite having adventure bike styling and ground clearance. The clutch is light and the 6-speed gearbox is smooth. Finding neutral is easy. Everything about the CB500X's operation is Honda simple and reliable. There's no mechanical complexity to wrestle with. This bike suits returning riders perfectly. It's not intimidating, but it's capable enough for real adventure riding. It's also great for riders who want manageable weight without sacrificing versatility. For those with knee issues, the moderate seat height and narrow profile make life easier. Used prices run $4,500 to $6,500 for 2013 to 2020 models. The newer 2019 to present bikes with updated styling, and features run $5,500 to $7,500 used, around $7,500 to $8,000 new. Target bikes with ABS and good service history. Reality check. If you drop a CB500X, it's manageable to pick up. The crash bars help prevent full flat drops. The 430-pound weight with low center of gravity means you can muscle it back upright. You won't be happy, but you can handle it alone. The CB500X is Honda doing what Honda does best, building practical, reliable motorcycles that real people can actually use. And that light-feeling characteristic makes it perfect for riders who value confidence over Instagram likes. At number 5, we have the Suzuki V-Strom 650. The V-Strom 650 weighs 476 pounds wet, which seems hefty on paper. But this bike has a reputation for feeling way lighter than it actually is, and that reputation is well-earned. That 645 cubic centimeters V-twin engine sits low in the frame. Suzuki positioned the fuel tank low and centralized. The overall mass is concentrated near the bike's center of gravity. The result is a bike that feels planted and stable without feeling heavy or cumbersome. The seat height is 32.9 inches on the standard model, with a lowering option available that drops it to 31.7 inches. Either way, the seat is relatively narrow, where your legs come down. Most riders can get at least 1 foot flat on the ground, and the lowered version allows confident 2-foot stops. The seat width where you grip is comfortable without being wide. The turning radius is excellent for an adventure bike. You can make parking lot U-turns without struggle. Low-speed behavior is stable and predictable. The bike doesn't feel tall or unwieldy despite having adventure bike ground clearance in travel. The clutch is light and progressive. The 6-speed gearbox is smooth and precise. Everything mechanical about the 𝐷𝐄𝐀 is designed for long-distance reliability and ease of use. There's nothing complicated or difficult to operate. This bike is perfect for riders over 45 who want to do everything motorcycle that doesn't intimidate. It's great for touring, commuting, light off-roading, and everything in between. For riders with knee to or back issues, the upright riding position and moderate seat height are comfortable and easy to manage. Used prices run $4,000 to $7,000 for 2004 to 2020 models. The newer models with ABS and traction control are worth seeking out. New 𝐷𝐄𝐀 650 bikes run around $9,000 to $10,000. Target bikes with good maintenance records and protective accessories already installed. Reality check. If you drop a 𝐷𝐄𝐀 650, it's manageable to pick up if you have the technique. At 476 pounds, it's not light, but the low center of gravity helps. Crash bars and luggage can actually make it easier by preventing the bike from going fully flat. You'll need to use proper lifting technique, but most riders can handle it solo. The 𝐷𝐄𝐀 650 has earned its reputation as one of the most versatile, easy-to-ride motorcycles ever made. And that light-feeling characteristic is a big part of why it's so popular among experienced riders. Speaking of experienced riders choosing lighter-feeling bikes, number 2 is going to surprise you. Number 4 brings us the Kawasaki Versys 650. The Versys 650 weighs 474 pounds wet, which is virtually identical to the 𝐷𝐄𝐀 we just discussed. But the Versys achieves that light feeling in a slightly different way that some riders prefer. Kawasaki used a parallel twin engine instead of a V-twin, and they mounted it tilted forward in the frame. This allows for a lower center of gravity and more centralized mass. The fuel tank sits low and forward. Everything is designed to keep weight concentrated where it matters most. The seat height is 33.1 inches, which sounds tall, but here's the thing. The seat is extremely narrow where your legs come down. We're talking maybe 8 inches wide at the narrowest point. Even shorter riders can get one foot comfortably planted, and many can tiptoe with both. The lowered version drops the seat to 31.5 inches, making it even more accessible. The turning radius is tight. You can navigate parking lots and make U-turns with confidence. Low-speed handling is responsive without being twitchy. The bike feels light and nimble despite having adventure bike styling. The clutch is light and the 6-speed gearbox is smooth. Kawasaki's transmission is known for precise, positive shifts. Finding neutral is easy. Everything mechanical is rider-friendly. This bike suits riders who want versatility without intimidating weight. It's perfect for commuting, touring, light adventure riding, and everything in between. For riders over 45, the upright riding position reduces strain on wrists and back. The manageable weight builds confidence in all riding situations. Used prices run $4,000 to $7,000 for 2007 to 2020 models. The 2015 and newer bikes with updated styling and features are worth seeking out. New Versys 650 bikes run $9,000 to $10,000. Target bikes with ABS and good service history. Reality check. If you drop a Versys 650, it's manageable to recover. The low center of gravity and narrow profile work in your favor. Crash bars help prevent full drops. With proper technique, most riders can get it upright without assistance. The Versys 650 is proof that Kawasaki understands what real riders need. It's practical, capable, and confidence-inspiring. And if you think the Versys feels light, wait until you experience number 1. At number 3, we have the Triumph Street Triple. The Street Triple weighs 417 pounds wet, which is reasonably light, but this bike feels like it weighs maybe 320 pounds when you're hustling through parking lots or making tight maneuvers. That 765 cubic centimeters inline triple engine is compact and sits low in an aluminum frame. Triumph designed this bike for agility and responsiveness. Everything is centralized and minimized, and there's no unnecessary bulk anywhere. The fuel tank is small and positioned low. The exhaust exits under the seat, keeping mass centralized. The seat height is 32.5 inches, which is accessible for most riders. The seat is narrow, maybe 10 inches at its widest point where you grip. Where your legs come down, it's even narrower, allowing confident foot placement. Most riders can get both feet comfortably on the ground. The turning radius is incredibly tight for a street bike. You can whip U-turns with ease. Low-speed behavior is light and responsive. The bike rotates around its center point with minimal effort. It feels like a much smaller motorcycle than it actually is. The clutch is light and progressive. The 6-speed gearbox is precise with quick, positive shifts. Everything about the Street Triple's operation is designed for performance and ease of use. This bike suits riders who want performance without intimidation. It's perfect for spirited riding on back roads, urban commuting, and track days. For riders over 45, the upright riding position is comfortable and the light-feeling character builds confidence in all situations. What's your worst long ride mistake? A bad seat, a cheap windshield, or buying the wrong bike? Drop a comment and let us know. Used prices run $6,000 to $9,000 for 2013 to 2020 models. The newer 2020 to present bikes with updated styling and electronics run $8,000 to $11,000 used, $11,000 to $13,000 new. Target bikes with ABS and good service records. Reality check. If you drop a street triple, it's relatively easy to pick up. At 417 pounds with centralized weight, you can get it upright without too much struggle. The narrow profile prevents it from going completely flat. The Street Triple is one of those bikes that makes you a better rider just by riding it. That light and nimble feeling encourages you to push your skills. And speaking of skills, before we get to our final two bikes, let's talk about supporting this channel. If you're finding this information helpful, do us a solid and subscribe to our channel. We're out here testing bikes, doing research, and giving you honest opinions about motorcycles that actually work for real riders. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. We've got some great content coming up about bikes that won't leave you broke or broken. Number 2 is the KTM 390 Duke. The 390 Duke weighs just 366 pounds wet, which is genuinely light by any standard. But what makes this bike special is that it feels even lighter than those impressive numbers suggest. That 373 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine is compact and mounted low in a trellis frame. KTM kept everything minimal and centralized. There's no unnecessary weight anywhere on this bike. The fuel tank is small and sits low. The exhaust is tucked up high and tight. Everything is designed for maximum agility. The seat height is 32.7 inches, which is moderate, but the seat is incredibly narrow, maybe 7 to 8 inches, where your legs come down. Even shorter riders can get confident footing. The narrow width makes the bike feel small and manageable, almost like a mountain bike with an engine. The turning radius is exceptional. You can make parking lot U-turns in tiny spaces. Low-speed handling is responsive and light. The bike feels like an extension of your body. It goes exactly where you look with minimal effort. The clutch is light and the 6-speed gearbox is precise. Everything about the 390 Duke's operation is designed for aggressive, spirited riding. But that also makes it easy to operate in normal riding situations. This bike suits riders who want maximum agility and fun. It's perfect for urban riding, canyon carving, and building skills. For riders over 45 who are returning to motorcycling, the lightweight and manageable power build confidence quickly. For those with knee issues, the narrow seat makes mounting and dismounting painless. Used prices run $3,500 to $5,000 for 2014 to 2020 models. The newer 2021 to present bikes with updated styling and features run $4,500 to $6,500 used, around $6,000 to $6,500 new. Target bikes with ABS and good service records. Reality check. If you drop a 390 Duke, it's one of the easiest bikes to pick up. At 366 pounds with a narrow profile, almost anyone can muscle it back upright. This is a bike you can confidently ride without worrying about recovery if things go wrong. The 390 Duke is pure fun in a lightweight package. It proves that you don't need a 1,000 cubic centimeter superbike to have a blast on two wheels. And here it is, number 1, the BMW R1250 GS with lowered suspension. Wait, what? The GS weighs 549 pounds wet. How is this number 1 on a light-feeling bike list? Because BMW has engineered this bike so brilliantly that it genuinely feels 150 pounds lighter than it actually is. That boxer engine sits incredibly low in the frame. The cylinders stick out to the sides, which looks ODD, but serves a purpose. It lowers the center of gravity dramatically. The fuel tank sits low and centralized. BMW positioned every component to keep mass as low as possible. Here's the key. The lowered suspension option drops the seat height to 31.5 inches and changes the geometry slightly to improve low-speed handling. Suddenly, this 549-pound adventure bike feels manageable for average height riders. The seat is surprisingly narrow, where your legs come down. You'd expect a bike this capable to be wide and cumbersome, but BMW tapered the seat to allow good ground reach. Most riders can get at least 1 foot confidently planted, and many can flat foot one side while tiptoeing the other. The turning radius is impressive for a bike this size. You can make parking lot U-turns without panic. Low-speed behavior is stable and predictable thanks to that low center of gravity. The bike doesn't feel tall or tippy despite having serious ground clearance and suspension travel. The clutch is hydraulic and light. The 6-speed gearbox is smooth and precise. Everything about the GSE's operation is designed for comfort and confidence. This bike suits experienced riders who want maximum capability without intimidating weight. It's perfect for long-distance touring, light off-roading, and everything in between. For riders over 45, the upright riding position is comfortable, and the surprising manageability builds confidence even in challenging situations. Used prices run $11,000 to $16,000 for 2013 to 2020 models. The newer 2021 to present bikes with updated electronics run $14,000 to $19,000 used, $19,000 to $23,000 new. Target bikes with a lowering kit, crash bars, and good service records. Reality check. If you drop a GS, it's manageable if you have proper technique and the crash bars are installed. At 549 pounds, it's not light, but the low center of gravity helps significantly. The crash bars prevent full drops. Many riders can recover solo, but you'll want to practice the technique before you need it. The R1250 GS proves that weight is just a number. Engineering, geometry, and design matter way more than raw pounds. This is a 549-pound motorcycle that feels like a 400-pound bike in the situations where it actually matters. Click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing. And if you want to support our channel and have early access on the newest videos, become a member. And don't forget to like this video.